Welcome back. The details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held on Saturday talks with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in Beijing. During the meeting, President al-Sisi voiced Egypt's keenness to build on the momentum and fruitful results of the regular meetings between Egypt and China in order to have further natural cooperation and coordination in many domains, including trade, economic and developmental ones. Egypt also seeks to attract further Chinese investments in different sectors. As President al-Sisi affirmed that China is one of the most important sources for direct foreign investments, so Cairo aims to exchange the advanced technology and experiences with Beijing to serve a number of Egypt's economic sectors. For his part, Xi said China and Egypt are had similar visions and strategies in defending their own interests, pursuing common development, enhancing their people's well-being, and promoting fairness and justice in the world, as the world is undergoing changes unseen in a century. The Chinese leader also stated that the sides will continue to support each other on issues related to core interests and major concerns. Xi hailed enhanced political trust between the two nations, citing cooperation in fighting the pandemic. He added that their comprehensive strategic partnership is a model of China-Arab, China-Africa, and China-developing world solidarity. Afterwards, President al-Sisi held a series of talks with a number of world leaders, including Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan, Uzbekistan's President Shavkat Mirziyoyev. The president also held talks with Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Qatar Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. We are still with the Egyptian president's visit to Beijing upon the invitation by his Chinese counterpart. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi attended a banquet hosted by Chinese President Xi Jinping to honor the heads of states and government participating in the opening ceremony of the 24th Winter Olympics. Let's watch. Chinese President Xi Jinping hosted a banquet at the Great Hall of the People Saturday noon to welcome distinguished guests from around the world who attended the opening ceremony of the Beijing 2022 Olympic Winter Games. Giving a toast at the beginning of the banquet, Xi, on behalf of the Chinese government and people, extended a warm welcome to all the distinguished guests traveling to China and attending the Games, and sincerely thanked all governments, peoples, and international organizations that care about and support the Beijing Olympic Winter Games. In his speech, Xi noted that China, committed to organizing a green, inclusive, open, and clean Games, has made every effort to counter the impact of COVID-19, earnestly fulfilled its solemn pledge to the international community, and ensured the smooth opening of the Beijing Olympic Winter Games as scheduled. Xi stressed that the Olympic movement has carried humanity's aspirations for peace, solidarity, and progress since ancient times. He also called for staying true to humanity's common values of peace, development, equity, justice, democracy, and freedom, promoting exchanges and mutual learning between civilizations, and working together to build a community with a shared future for mankind. Noting that tiger is a symbol of strength, courage, and fearlessness, Xi wished all Olympic athletes excellent performance with the strength of the tiger. President of the International Olympic Committee Thomas Bach and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres also made speeches at the banquet, saying that they will never forget the extraordinary and splendid opening ceremony of the Beijing 2022 Olympic Winter Games. They expressed hope that the international community should take the Beijing Winter Olympics as an opportunity to rise above differences and work together for a shared and a better future. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh on Saturday urged the African Union to withdraw Israel's observer status as heads of state from the 55-member body met for a two-day summit. He said Israel would never be rewarded for its violation and for the apartheid regime it does impose on the Palestinian people. The dispute erupted last July when Musa Faqih Mohammed, chairperson of the African Union Commission, accepted Israel's accreditation to the bloc. Both the EU member states, notably South Africa, protested the decision, saying they had not been properly consulted and that the move contradicted numerous EU statements, including from Faqih himself, supporting the Palestinian territories. Earlier, Faqih said the EU's commitment to the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian push for independence was unchanging and can only continue to be stronger. This came as the 35th round of the African Union Summit kicked off in Ethiopia on Saturday with the participation of an Egyptian delegation headed by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. Let's have a closer look. African leaders gather at an 35th round of African Union Summit on Saturday, trying to forge a coordinated response to the COVID-19 pandemic, security in the region, climate change, economic cooperation, and African integration. The meeting in Ethiopia's capital comes just 3 months after the country declared a state of emergency after rebellious northern forces threatened to march on to the capital and Western and African embassies evacuated citizens. Ahead of the summit, the bloc's most recent major decision was to suspend Burkina Faso. Heading the Egyptian delegation participating in the two-day summit was Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. Shoukry underlined Egypt's support for the Palestinian cause, highlighting the importance of paving the ground to resume negotiations in order to establish an independent Palestinian state. The minister made the remarks on Saturday during a meeting with Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shtayyeh on the fringe of the African Union Summit. The meeting tackled the latest Palestinian developments. On the sidelines of his participation, Shoukry is also scheduled to meet a number of his African counterparts to discuss means of cooperation and boosting bilateral relations, in addition to exchanging points of view on issues of mutual concern. Morocco held its breath as rescue workers